Good morning to everyone present here. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the webinar conducted by Center for Online Education in association with Kriatec on Industry Skills for Real Engineering Careers. At Vishweshwarya Technological University, we are constantly working to bridge the crucial gap between academic learning and real-world industry requirements. Today's session is an important step in that direction. Engineering, as we all know, is not just about classroom concepts. It's about application, innovation, and problem solving. However, there is often a noticeable gap between what students learn in their curriculum and what industry expects from day one. Through this collaborative initiative with Kriatec, we aim to equip our students with the essential skills demanded by modern engineering sectors. During this session, you will learn about why industry skills are important for every aspiring engineer, an overview about VTU and Kriatec certification programs, and the numerous career opportunities that open up when you gain these hands-on competencies. I request all the participants to take full advantage of this webinar and the courses that follow. And I wish you a fruitful and inspiring session. Now I request Mr. Ajita sir from Kriatec to take over the session.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you. And it's a wonderful webinar. Another 45 minutes, as madam explained, we are going to expose what is really happening in the industry and what are the skill gap which we found over the, myself, I'm a mechanical engineer and I studied in VIT University and I worked in industries like Rane Madras and Lucas TVS. I founded this Kriatec Services Private Limited with likely minded people 16 years before. And that's about me. And with me, I have I can say, very great veteran, Mr. Pradeep ji is available. Pradeep ji, if it's better, if you could introduce yourself, then we can move on.
Yeah, I am Pradeep Pai from Mysore. I have an experience with Rane for nearly 35 years. During my career, I was taking care of operations as well as at the end of my career, I was taking care of HR. During this HR period, I found that taking interviews of freshers was a task. Why? Because they learn everything in their colleges, but when I do interview,
Pradeep ji, you have to unmute your video. Sorry, you have to show your video if possible. It's fine. Otherwise, sorry to disturb you. It's fine. Yes. Ji.
During my interviews, I faced lot of problems with the students. Why? Because they know the classroom sessions, but when I ask them questions about the practical, like reading drawings and all, they were stumbling. So I felt that for interviews, people should get ready beforehand, where our courses will help to face the interview smoothly. Thank you. Ajit, yes.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, thanks, Ji. Thanks. It's a wonderful, again. Let us have a quick agenda and we will see that this agenda is a little bit different from your classroom and we'll share our own life experience, myself and Pradeep ji, and wherein which it will enter your mind very well. And these are all the quick agenda as madam explained. Let us dive in deep about which are all the industry students can enter. But let me just put forward some of the, I can always call it, if you take IT, always people say that IT, if it is down, it's entirely down. But when it comes to mechanical is always evergreen field. If automotive is down, aerospace will pick up. If oil and gas is down, then medical devices will pick up. Let me just show some of the video where the students can feel of industry. Whatever I'm showing, all our industry examples where in our 15 years experience where we supported, we are just showing to you. But let me just put forward first is aerospace. Very interesting. It is very near to your area. It is again from very big corporate. Just imagine this particular part which you are going to machine it. And you have to clamp and machine and see the machine. The man is standing here. Are you able to see? The machine is very big. It's almost, I can call it bigger than our room actually. The man is standing in a very small, imagine the machine could be 10 meter length and the width could be 3 meter. Huge in size. And for them we supplied a probe which is, I call it like a snake. It was almost 3 meter length which we have been supplied. Just to give you a feel, aerospace is evergreen. Lot of aerospace industries, Pratt and Whitney, or so many British engines, so many companies are in Bangalore. Let me just put forward automotive. Automobile is a very famous, now it's going some tough time, but still, nevertheless, I will show you some video. All this example, what I'm showing is real life example. Those are all our clients, and Kriatec client for the past 16 years. I'm just playing the video just to give you the feel of how industry works. So this is again, this is a two component, and they are going to before machining, because today the bigger challenge, let me just put forward the bigger challenge. Yeah, it's fine, madam. So if you could look at it, this particular example, before even machining, they used to inspect it, because today the automobile industry is so good. If I am machining the wrong part, then it's nobody will pay the money. Therefore, they will do the inspection before even machining. Just have a look. So these two are components. For the industry is so advanced. Today we speak on Industry 4.0. This is a typical example of Industry 4.0. Before even machining the part, they are trying to inspect whether the component can be machined or not. If during the inspection, if it is wrong, then they will not even machine it, because why we should waste the money out of that. So there is a background video is coming. That's how it's clearly checked. So the objective is, in Tamil there is a good word, or in English I will translate. In Tamil, mudal konal mutrum konal. If something is wrong at the beginning, till end you will be wrong. And same way, there is a book, other book name called Goal by Goldratt. It is very, very good. I recommend all my engineers should read this book called Goal by Goldratt. Again, he's an Australian guy. I attended his seminar. Excellent, actually. And what he says is, any critical machine, you have to do 100% inspection. Just imagine if the component is not good, there is no point of machining it. So this is again, after machining, after checking everything is fine, then the machining will happen. I'll just show you. Okay, I inspected, everything is fine, then the machining will happen. How smart today the world is. Earlier, people used to go and do the trial, they do the machining. Today, the technology in automotive is, even I cannot afford to make one mistake or one rejection. So that's very, very important. And tool making, it's again one of our client in Europe. It's a mold making. They're number one mold making company in Europe. I would like to show you in front of you. All these are all very priceless. Just trimming, it takes time. So this is again 5-axis machine. Are able to see? For this company makes, whenever you see fog lamp or entire lamp of the car or dashboard, this particular company from Europe, they supply to automobile OEM like Audi or BMW. They used to do that, Mercedes-Benz. So the beauty here is, for their job in next day, we used to do the programming from India one day before. So that's the technology is improved so good. All this programming was done in India. And let me just show you another example. As we explain defense, there is no need to explain it. We have a lot of defense. HAL is available, HAL helicopter division, or it's available. Let me just take one, power generation. Very huge component. Generally, power generation or heavy engineering, there is a huge component will be there. Again, we are taking example of one of our customer, which is from Ozur. The student should feel it actually, how good it is, the mechanical industry, various mechanical industry. See the job again, very big. No need to worry, the concept is whether it is, it's again 7-meter length. Even they're trying to machine this slot, the size of the job is this much big. For them, we did a programming support, or CAD/CAM software is supplied. Are able to still look like a rocket. Very big part. It is coming in a very huge industrial generators. They are making it. See the job, how it looked like, very big. And many times fresher felt very feared because we used to also recruit a lot of engineers. When we send them for making a model of this machine, they used to fear, sir, this much big. We always inform the story of, everybody knows Balraman or Krishna's story. When Balraman and he was little feared, and he asked, I've seen one ghost is very big. You know the story, all of them. Then Krishna went there, and after a few minutes he came back. He put the ghost in a very small kerchief, and he showed, is the ghost. When you are not fearing, the ghost size will become reduced. Same way, I recommend the mechanical engineers. I've seen this particular company also recruits from anybody from Tumkur colleges, which I heard recently when I went Chittagangaya. They said we have a lot of engineers. It's not about the size of the machine. It's a concept. And that's what we like to bring it to the student. All this we'll like to bring the gap. Now in a couple of minutes we are going to expose what are the skill set which really industry is looking at. Same way medical industries. We have a customers called Appasamy Ocular Devices. They make wherever you visit the eye hospital, the particular projection of eye, like they put display of name of ABCD, somebody asks you to read. Next time you can have a look. That company name is Appasamy Ocular Devices. ATM machines, we have a customers. For that's a huge opportunity. But what the problem with the students? Students always thinks, the misconception is if you learn a software, whether it is a 2D or 3D or analysis, like Fusion 360, SolidWorks, CATIA, I'm ensured, okay, I can get a job, I can add value from the day one in the industry. Let me share my own experience, maybe in a couple of slides. I also did in CAD Center, almost at that time I spent around 30,000 rupees. I'm telling 25 years before, it was very huge money. I did it in CAD Center, all 5 level, and let me share my own experience, how it had a big disaster. It's not a disaster, it's just entry point. When it comes to industry reality check, what industry expects is from the day one, the student should add value. Even now also we have 2 interns are undergoing our office training, and we always expect, we know that they take time. For 6 months we used to give them a training. That's a quite common with everybody, whether it's 2 people or 30 people. What industry expect is they can add value from day one. And what are the skills? That is really the big gap between college, academia and industry. That's the reason VTU invited us to bridge that gap through skill development program on hand itself or in your engineering itself. And major thing is the students, many times the student doesn't know, they thinks that whatever the parts we are producing, it will be all accepted. No, there will be rejection will be there. We are not a God to produce the parts like correct. Even God sometimes make a mistake. People, some of the, I cannot say that some of the children, they physically challenged children, they used to born. The same way, whenever you produce the part, there is a possibility of rejection is there. But that the student doesn't know how to analyze a rejection. Let me just put forward what really it is looking at. I can just put it like I already expected. Industry expects to add value from day one. Like what we also expect the engineers to add value from day one. But most of the time the students, mechanical industry, they used to struggle. Even 70% of the student we found in the first level of technical round of interview, they used to fail. Let me just show what industry expect. I'm just opening one small PPT. This we used to run it for our own interview. This is a typical starting with a very small tool holder. If you could imagine the tool holder being used in variety of industries, whether if you want to go to machinery, whether if you want to go to die and mold industry, what we generally used to give the test to the student who comes for the interview, not only me, any company in mechanical or either consulting or any industry, they used to give the 2D drawing, make the students to make a 3D model. I don't know how many of your students are attending, hundreds of students are they're attending in this program. Please do the acid test for yourself. Can you make a 3D model out of this? Can you interpret what is the meaning of H7? Can you interpret what is the meaning of this? I'll just, what is the meaning of this A? Can anyone make 3D model? If you are good, I'm happy. Then there is one symbol is given here, like this. What is the meaning? What does it communicates? Why the shapes are given like this? Because engineering drawing is like, I'm speaking in English, somebody speaks in Kannada, they can speak in any other different language, Chinese or Germans. But globally, if you go, this is the engineering drawing. You can manufacture the part anywhere in the world. This drawing to be interpreted for design, this drawing to be interpreted for manufacturing, this drawing to be interpreted for usage with other probes, like in a machine tool, how I can use it. And what is the angle of projection? All this is the challenge. We used to train the engineers this almost for 6 months or 3 months minimum. They don't know how to make proper way of drawing. From the CAD, it will give a drawing, but doesn't doesn't mean that you can manufacture it. It has to be manufactured correctly. Even here also there are some mistakes are available. For what I'm trying to put forward is, if you could all able to do this, this is the major flaw which is we are finding in the students. Not only you, even IITs also we closely work. Many times even IITians used to find it difficult to convert this type of engineering drawing industries into 3D. Let me show the answer. Whatever I showed you, it's a 3D. Imagine, this is a 3D. 3D looks simple, but generally people will not give you 3D initially. Or if from 3D, even you have a part, from 3D if you're going to give a 2D drawing, the guy who is going to manufacture this might be a small scale industry or big corporate. They generally know the people, it has to be done in a proper way. Let me just put forward another one good example, which is a gland. The gland is primarily used in electronics industry because today electronics industry is booming like anything. And for them, this typically another drawing. How many engineers are you all attending, whether third year, final year or second year? Please do the asset dipping yourself. Can you able to interpret? This is what we are telling, Pradeep ji is telling. When we do the recruitment in the office, we find a lot of difficulties. We want to scale up our business with a lot of good service industry. But the major challenge what we found is getting engineers is very easy, but getting a skilled engineers is very, very difficult. That is the reason we are taking steps. Are able to see this? Are able to interpret? Can you make this 3D model out of this 2D? And generally, I will share my own experience. When I joined after the CAT center, I did 30,000 at that time. I spent in 2000. Then I have happily joined in the industry. And the day I joined, I felt that nobody in the industry will teach you. Are able to see that. Say when I joined in Rane, the drawing size is like a table my size, A0 size. I don't know how to read and make a 3D. Because the task which I have given is, at that time, pro engineer, I need to make a 3D model. It's a nightmare for me. I don't know how to read, how to interpret. Then I thought one day, I learned in a hard way. I had a very good mentor and I had a bad mentor also. Typically, when you go to industry, let me share my experience. I will just share. I don't want to tell my boss name. It's nothing wrong. His name is Kodan Raman. When I go and sit on his, in front of him, like keeping the ants in front of the packet, he say, "Oh, you are hiding something." If I do my hands folded at backside, he said, "Oh, Ajita, you think like you are a boss. If I'm trying to do like this." This is how typically industry work. He used to tell me, he's just 3 years senior than me, but he's not willing to share anything. "Oh, you are trying to depend. You are physically present, mentally not present." That's a level of industry which typically wherever you go, you are not going to work with your peers, same age group. You are going to work with the senior who are all 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years senior. Nobody will teach you. That's what I'm sharing. All this, if we want to learn in the industry, it is a nightmare, and we took a step, whatever the way, hard way, which we don't want to felt it. Pradeep ji, you want to add anything more? Then I can conclude this session. I will show them answer.
No. What happens is, see, we think we know everything, thinking that we have got good marks. We have got good marks in the exams. But in real life, that doesn't help. The bottom that when we go deep, I faced one problem in my interview is, whenever people come for interview, what I do is I give them a drawing and ask them to see what it is there and pinpoint some symbols which they are not able to do. So our courses, this first basic courses will help the engineers to face interviews easily. Yeah, Ajit.
Yeah, thanks. And as we said, the first struggle when I entered in Rane Madras, I had a very bad mentor. I had a very good mentor. His name is Seshadri, and he made me to understand. I should salute him actually. And because of him only, all these courses we built on hard way with likely-minded people, from people like Mr. Pradeep ji. Almost we worked for like elephant catching. Almost we did for 3 years work to present all these courses. For next is fixture design. Again, the student thinks, no, oh, design is what? Many students, if you do the interview, they say they want to go to the design, but they don't know even what all the departments are available. And I would like to show you, because there is two different departments are available. One is product design or component design, or other one is manufacturing engineering design. Take example, like Rane Madras, they make steering gear. Product design is different. To manufacture the steering gear, then you need to have a big setups. Like Bemel is also our customer. To manufacture the aerospace parts, then you should have a big process. In that, Fixture is a very big, plays the major role. But unfortunately, I would like to show you some of the fixtures which is being used in the industry. All this you're going to design. If you know 3D modeling experience, you cannot do the design. 3D modeling is just making a shape. Like as I said, 15 years before, also I learned CATIA or Pro E. But what is the significant is how to design. For this is a component. First you should differentiate, this is a component and this is a fixture. When you join any company, they expect the student should do the fixture design. What is the fixture? Everything I'm going to share it in the couple of other slides. And these are all the fixtures. Fixture is basically to hold the workpiece during a machining. See that much big size. You see some shapes. All this, what is the meaning? Why they kept the shape like this? Why it is a round shape? Why the shape look like this? All this the student has to think and do the design. It is really, I'm telling you, on same way you have a different clamps, manual clamps, hydraulic clamps. This is yellow color is a component and the black color is a fixture. Can anyone say why this is a black color? It is rust prevention, because the fixtures, whenever you are using it, keep it in the shop floor for long, then the material may erode, and there is a surface coating to be done properly. For again, this is a component, and this is a fixture. All these industry experts, if you tomorrow you know 3D modeling, can you do this? I am sharing my own experience. We now also we have an open offer from Tesla. I was just discussing with Prakriti madam also. Do you remember, madam? Last time I asked you, we have an open offer from Tesla when I visited US last time, and same time last October or November. We got an open offer from Tesla that can you develop pressure die casting die design course? I identified resource, but we want to create 10 industry example. Still we are creating. It takes longer time. And that's what I'm telling. Every industry struggle, like fixture design, every industry struggle to find the people. What we are telling is, knowing a 3D model is the basic, but why the shapes are look like, all this will be designing. Let me just go, many times we understand the people doesn't know what is the meaning of fixture, and I will try to cover it. So these are all the simple example of fixtures, industry fixtures, which we expect industry to add value from day one. Let me just put again what Pradeep ji shared with the marks, with the merit. Let me add one small quiz just to make it a difference. What industry really expects? Let me just put. So this is a drill. I will share my own experience. We sent a couple of where we supplied also CAM software to many educational industries, and we sent 3 colleges to one of the industry called KJK Meisterhonen in Chennai. For campus, they asked 10 people, 5 people. Then we sent 10 engineers. The company is making honing tool. He asked the MD, what is the meaning of honing tool? Student don't know what is the meaning of honing tool. He said, Arey Baba, what is this? Then the student started complaining, sir, my college did not teach all this. So when they're going for interview with any company, if somebody comes for Kriatec interview, they should know what Kriatec is doing and they should get prepared. And let me just put forward related to this. Can you just spot the difference between this? Both are drill. Can you have a look of cross section? What is the difference between this and this? We manufacture this in our Coimbatore plant. These are all the things which is missing from the student. This is reamer, drill come reamer. There is a 4 cutting edge, and many times students don't know what is the difference between drill and reamer. All this, it's a skill gap which we found. And what we found is most of the students, they don't know what are the departments are available in the typical industry. That is the reason we listed what are the departments are available, like R&D, production. Many people know. If you ask any mechanical engineers, what are the industries are available in the industry, it has only 2 divisions, R&D and production. Am I right, Pradeep ji? Generally, if you ask any people, but they don't know unhidden, I can say treasurer. So if you say both contributing, R&D or production, only 30% of the job opportunity. But production engineering contributes more. Vendor development or supply chain management contributes more. Quality. Let me share my own experience. Hello? Yeah, it's fine. Pradeep ji, you would like to add anything on this departments?
See,
all these departments are very important. When I joined Rane,
Sorry, I'm having a
I
tea,
thought
please.
it
Please,
was
sir.
only production and finance. But when I entered Rane, I knew that there are so many departments which help production and in turn get business for the company and make profit. Without profit, companies will not survive. Okay, this is what I wanted to tell. So there are so many departments which help production to meet their targets, right?
Yeah,
Ajit?
thanks. But yeah, let me just share. When I joined Rane Madras, I joined after my completion of engineering in VIT University. I just joined as a fresher. With me, 3 or 4 people. I started my career in R&D. Since I had a better experience, they transferred me to production engineering, where I learned so many skills like fixture design and all this, which we want to give it back to society. That's the reason we formed this course. And same way, with me, there are 2 people. His name is Santakumar. He joined with vendor development, supply chain management. They think purchase means, oh, it is not that much good. Today he is sitting in Washington. I don't know, Washington DC or some other place in US, and he is heading NCR Corporation. That is an ATM manufacturing machine in the globe. Only if you ask civil aircraft, Airbus and Boeing, only these 2 people used to do. Same way, if you go to any ATM, you can see whether it is SBI, whether it is Indian Bank, whether it is Canara Bank, you can see NCR and other one name, Hitachi. NCR, he is the president and he is sitting in US. He initially, the plant is in Pondicherry. He had, and he was joined with me as a fresher. Like me, I'm running a business. He moved. Huge opportunity. Many people, it's time to join supply chain management. No. If you want to join supply chain management, the basic thing is, the role is, you should know what is the role of supply chain management. What I can say is, you can take a screenshot of this, and otherwise we can try to share it through VTU. Please decide whether you are in second year, third year, final year. Go and search in Google. What is the meaning of SCM, supply chain management? What is the meaning of quality department? What is the meaning of production engineering? What is the meaning? Everybody knows R&D or production. Which department do you want to join? Then master the skill set. Kriatec and VTU will give you red carpet for these concepts to be learned in an easy way. Again, I would like to put it forward. Please do not, we run a certificate course. It doesn't mean that you should run very fast. You should run very slow. I can say digest very slow, get a skill set. And let me, when it comes, I can share it with you. Like quality. Thomas Prakash Manoj, who joined with me again, maybe 1 year senior, is from Satyabama, I'm not sure, and or Hindustan, I'm not sure. He is now heading in South Africa Ford entire factory. And that's a level of the people. And the production engineering, I'm running a business. It doesn't mean that the student, many times they don't know what all the departments are existing. Again, I would like to put forward, please take a screenshot of the particular earlier one. Decide in third year itself. We will give you the roadmap, which year you can do which course. The moment you get a skill, you can add value from the day one, even in the final year internship or the day one, you can add value. What we found is, students, again, they know that if I learn a software, I can get a job in the industry, or I can add value in the industry. But industry expect end-to-end competency. And the missing link is real world application, practical exposure. For what VTU and Kriatec brings you, the objective of here is, we are running the course, which will like to run a small AVI file. So generally, we started this course initially to train our engineers, because we used to supply them a software, probe, cutting tools. We have a 300 plus customer across the world, and many customers, if they want to use CAM, if they want to use cutting tool, they need the training. They need to know how to read drawing, and that's the reason we started this course. And we have a customers ranging from Chakradhar Aerospace, Mahindra and Mahindra. Even recently from Ireland, some customer is joined. And when we want to, currently we go with only B2C or B2B, only industry they used to go. Then the first educational university we approached is VTU. There is a very good welcome from VTU. And now we made VTU offered, because earlier the course was very high and VTU requested us to offer it at a low price. We want to do something like, I can say, a CSR activity, but we give it very summarize. Our key motto is, if you could, I will like again put it, if you start with GD&T, Fixture design, 7 QC tools, new product development in CNC machining, because any company, if you go, the part has to be produced new, and all this we have been covering. Of course, why not Python and all this with industry experienced people. In a short video again, the core aim when we had a joint discussion with VTU is, and we committed them that anybody undergo our skill development courses, and we can guarantee that 95% interview success rate they need to go, and they can add industry readiness from day one, and that's the one which we can always assure you. And the student should do these courses at least semester wise, and they can finish it off in maybe 2 weeks, or I can call it from 1 month, but better you can get a skill set in a long way. Again, there is a huge opportunities. Already we explained, not only automobile, aerospace, oil and gas, everywhere if you go, the departments are same. So you can register the courses at online.vtu.ac.in. in certificate program course you can register. So let me dive in little detail. Already explained about our company. We have having experience of 15 years plus experience. We do 300 customers across India and USA, and this e-learning initially we started for industry. Now through VTU is the first university to sign up with us, and we are very glad that today we are making a presentation, and these are all our industry client. If you undergo these courses, you have a red carpet welcome all these industries. And let me just share with you, even we got it, this particular order, October 28th, we are on November. So this is on euro, 500 euro. Just calculate how much is the amount, 50,000 rupees. Even for one fixture design course, euro, it's 480. The people are joining, but we give it at very affordable price to the students, wherein which we want to train more people. For these are all our course portfolio. And if you could take it, GD&T, already we explained how you can read GD&T and interpret drawing, we can do. 7 quality control is problem solving techniques. And let me go a little detail about the courses. What we mentioned is all the certificate program, we put it in a year-wise plan. For somebody who is in second year, it's apt to take GD&T and fixture design. If you want to enter, when you are second year itself, you decide which department you want to go. Whether it's in production engineering, quality, or supply chain management, R&D, and make note of the skill set. With one skill set, you cannot get a job. At least you should get 3 or 4 skill set, and then accordingly you can decide. You take the courses accordingly. And if somebody is in quality, they need to know GD&T and 7 QC tools, NPD, very, very important. Somebody want to go for new product development or PED, they should undergo GD&T and fixture design. Likewise, you can go. So let me just run with GD&T. Again, there is a special request from VTU. We have been adjusted the price. The industry price is 10,000. With the student, we are giving it 2,000. The moment you are out of VTU, then you have to pay 10,000 and you need to pay. So this is a registration link. And let me just show the video, how it look like. How it look like the course 2. online.vtu.ac.in. You have to search for mechanical engineering, then our courses will be displayed. Then you can go on course. Since we are registered, already it is showing. And this is the first webinar we are trying to, starting with VTU, because many times students, the good things, the student doesn't know what is the meaning of fixture design, what is the meaning of GD&T. When they go to industry only, they come to know. By the time you would have been completed engineering, and we should appreciate the VTU for taking these steps. So
In this diagram, the bigger diameter 12 and the smaller diameter 7 pin both are having the same axis. This is called as coaxial features. So how they are going to be controlled? When we are going to control the bigger diameter and the smaller diameter. In this diagram, what it says is the future control frame is attached to the smaller pin. That is,
for here we are covering 20 industry examples in GD&T, and we are also giving free access to Learn You portal. Somebody registers for VTU, and we have a link of a track of your name and email ID. We also keep updating, and that you will get a free access, and you will also do that.
7 millimeter.
Like this is the GUI of VTU. Because the change is over, because generally people expect no, we should come and train directly, but today the logic is we are in the Gen Z student. Even I'm sharing the e-learning started with my own kid. His name is Arvindan. He's studying class 10. He even used to repair our epobugs, and from YouTube he learned, and he's become electronics engineer currently. If somebody conduct test, that motivates us to invest the technology on e-learning. And we built our e-learning platform, I should say, thanks to Ajita and their team. And we built 2015 itself, we built a MOOC platform, and we have been created this course, and each course takes a lot of time, and they should attend the test. So let me just share. Say what your objective is, not to get a certificate, and what we expect is people generally thinks, no, okay, when they go to an interview, they show their certificate to the people that I know GD&T. No, that's we don't want. Actually, what we expect is, let me share my own experience. When I completed my engineering, I completed Centum in Mathematics 4-year transform, Laplace transformation. And what happened is, when I joined the first when I went for interview, the company name called Indra Industries, it is in Ranipet near Vellore. I went with the MD name Punnusamy. He did an interview. He asked me, what is your achievement? Generally in the interview, the first question everybody knows, brief about yourself, and the second one is what was your achievement? Then I happily said I secured Centum in Mathematics 4. He asked me, what is that? I told him that it's a 4-year and Laplace transformation. Then he given me, this is a new chimney and all, you know, industrial chimneys are all sometime 100 meters length. He said it's a 20-meter length. There is a heavy wind will come. Can you do the vibration or some calculation using Laplace transformation? Do you mean that I would have solved that problem? No. The reason is I studied in fourth semester. The interview I conducted on the final year, I forgot everything. It's become blank. I told him, sorry sir. For what we are looking at is, that's the reason we are giving the course access for 6 months. Please do not get just to get the certificate. Get the skill set. Once you learn the skill set, I am sharing my own other experience. I don't know swimming, but a few years or 6 or 7 years before, I want to become Ironman, and I learned sea swimming, but I practiced for 6 months. And then I participated many events, which is even including, I'm not remembering the name, near Mysore, there was one big lake was there. Then afterwards, Goa, I participated. That is a skill. Even today, you put me in sea, I can swim. For that is a skill set which I'm looking at from you people. And let me just go on fixture design. Now, another 5 minutes, we can conclude quickly about fixture design. Again, the price we made it 3,000. Maybe madam has to adjust the price. In your portal, it shows 10,000. Maybe we'll try to work on that. The fixture, which is very, very important. If we want to manufacture this particular, even if I want to manufacture this one, I cannot hold it in hand and CNC machine I can do. As he showed, this is a fixture. Earlier I showed you. This is a component and this is a fixture. Fixture has to hold the part. And every time, if you are using voice, then it's a problem. I'm just showing you. If you are using voice, then what happened is the outcome will be like this. If you're using voice, if you tighten very less, what will happen? Again, I'll just run this video. So this is generally, if you use voice, you cannot produce mass batch production. Every time you have to do dial, you have to put job 0, or it's a very, very tricky one. And is it again from CAM software simulation? When I'm trying to do the drill, after some time what happened? I have not tightened fully. I learned from mistake. I not tightened fully. Now I'm trying to tight very, too much. Then what happens? Outcome will be damaged. But imagine to do this very simple. It's a fixture which we have been taught, or we are going to teach you or explain you in this our courses, and step by step procedure in fixture. It's a simple fixture. Imagine, can you imagine why the shape is not round? We have answered. The airlock will happen. So that's the reason you have to give some different relief for that. And in a day in, day out, you have to load and unload. The moment you clamp it, and there is a sea washer, there is a meaning for the design. So this is to do that particular component machining 4 holes. This is a fixture, and in our courses we covered. Likewise, we covered 10 industry examples. Our motto is, if student learn this 10 fixture example, anything they can add value. Imagine, even earthquake comes while machining, nothing will happen. We are going to see the machining now, how it happens. So this is what we are making the students to understand. You can learn any 3D modeling software. You can use SolidWorks, Pro-E, CATIA, but the concepts, why the V shape, why not U shape, what is the angle of V, you should learn from our courses, which we learned in a hard way from the industry. And earlier people say you have to learn only in Gurukulam, but today I'm very happy that VTU is bringing a lot of initiative. What industry expects, that we are trying to do it at your doorstep through e-learning, and that's the advantage. And we update very quickly. Now form, earthquake comes, tsunami comes, anything, the job runs very good. Let me just put forward. These are all what we expect is, these are all the fixtures which we expect the student to do the design in a new product development role. Any new product development, you need a fixtures. And in our courses, all these fixtures, whatever we are explaining, are shown in the screen. We used to tell them, what are the do's and don'ts? Generally, no, it's always good, no, in the life, always do not teach them how to do correct. We also explain how to do wrong. Then only you realize what happens if you do wrong. And this again we pick it up from one of the government account from Central Tool Room, Bhubaneswar. His name is Mr. Subhashis Mighty. When we were trying to do some programs through industries, he suggested us. For likewise, always we can put it. And let me just go on to the next one. NPD, again, if you go and click the link, I'm just showing you the live link of VTU. Sorry, it has to open. Yeah, it's opening. If you go online.vtu.ac.in, you can find out. Oh, I opened many. Sorry. So this is like online.vtu.ac.in. You can see that. Okay, let me just, it's getting, take time to stream. I can go ahead on the next one. The method, you could have asked us, why don't you do the direct training? I still remember when our team initially met, they asked us to went near Hubli, go and do the direct training. But we said, no, we cannot do that. Then afterwards only we met Prakriti madam. Everything got very, I can say, full steam haggard. Then we launched the course. The very important thing is we had a clear motto, because already we are running a business and we want to do something good to the society and or to our own clients of 300 people. That's where we launched this e-learning course. The advantage and disadvantage, all these things you cannot learn it in the college. And it needs a lot of experience, a lot of examples, that which we are doing it. And the student can learn it 24/7. Let me parallelly see. Yeah, this is a online.vtu link, and you can go and register for this new product development in CNC machining, and go ahead and register. For likewise, you can go. The objective of this one is, again, if you're going with a direct, I can say, even I can vouch it, if you have 3 professors, everybody have a different method of teaching. But when we went, we had a very clear agenda. It has to be, we use a lot of mind mapping techniques. Each course, I remember for pressure die casting design or injection molding design, we spent 1 month only for that mind mapping techniques. For fixture design, we use CLRO, or same way for form tolerance, or maybe for GD&T. Every course we use some mind mapping techniques. It will go to your mind. Somebody, if you go to Akash or some NEET or JEE training, no, they do that. Same way, if you do this, all this CLRO, if you do, the fixture design is done. That's what we are trying to bring it. And we are trying to bring multiple language. Currently, we brought it in Tamil. In future, we would like to do it in local language also. We need for that VTU support also. We are at the maybe end of the presentation. Pradeep ji, you would like to add anything? Then maybe 1 or 2 slides we can conclude.
Yeah. See, when I went to one college in Bangalore, I don't remember the college name, VTU college. They asked me whether you can come and teach our students these courses? I said no. Why? Because in classes, students don't concentrate. Their concentration is gone. Whereas in this e-learning courses, it is one-to-one discussion with, you can chat using our chat box and ask your questions. And also at the end of the course, we will be giving some questions which students should answer. And
Yes.
if they pass with 55%, then certificates is issued
From
by
VTU
VTU,
and Kriatec.
and Kriatec. And two of our courses are certified by AITCT. Correct, no, Ajit?
Yes, ACT, yeah, GD&T and Fixture Design. Yes, G.
Picture design are certified by their
GD&T.
certificate students will get. Okay, so my request is go for online courses rather than classroom courses with for these courses, because you will get one-to-one discussion. That's all. Thank you, Ajit.
Thank you, Ji. We are at the end of the presentation slide. What we are looking at takeaway from the students. Once you undergo all our certificate program jointly run by VTU, it's like one kind of nature. And we have, as I said, 2 years before we said no to VTU. But after meeting the online educational team of Mysuru, very good approach from Prakriti madam, and even we used to have a very good interaction. And what we are looking at from the student is whenever you show the certificate programs, when you show the certificate to the interviewer, any company like Mahindra and Mahindra, or even in our Kriatec, what we are looking at is you please show them, sir, give me a drawing, or otherwise give me a job for a week. Like, I will work without salary for a week. See what value I'm adding to the you. Then you fix the salary. I did it a few years before when I took an employee from Erode Sengandar Engineering College. His name is Sugant. Today he is working in ANSYS as a maybe account manager in Chennai, and he worked with me. I took even in our own company. 1 month I didn't pay him. I told him come and do the job. Which student having a guts to work like that? That's what I'm sharing. After undergoing our certificate program, and student can easily get placement in any of these courses. And again, they need to put effort, not like getting a simple certificate. They need to put their effort like a skill. And if any interviewer gives a drawing, you should make fixture design. For our course content such a way that you can do the fixture design, you can do the rejection analysis. Any course, if you take it according to the department, what you are willing to go. Decide today itself. After this meeting, which department you want to go. Search it in Google and anything. And if you want the department name, we can share it through Prakriti madam, and decide today itself. That makes your life very, very easy. If somebody is not planning, I can always say it is called lighthouse. And today take this event as a lighthouse. See that. Lighthouse. I still remember, I will sharing my own experience of swimming to conclude. When I did a sea swimming near Chennai, it's called Kovalam Beach, and people said, have this big tower as a mark. I said, why you are telling? No, when you are in sea, you don't know where it is. When I started seeing sea, everywhere I can able to see very empty land. Then suddenly I felt that one. Same way, many students don't know what really industry expects. We are trying to give you, from the nervous interview, you became a confident engineers. Thanks a lot, and you can enroll all this. Our team can assist you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, madam.